Alright, hey guys, remember CCG back in the video. So you guys wanted to see a post-alliance deck profile for Dragon Rulers, and I brought you my list. This is a 40 card build. There's been a 60 card build that's been going around, and that looks pretty promising, and I can build my version of that as well if you guys want to see that. But we're going to start here with the 40 card build, and we're going to get started here with 2 copies of Blaster, 2 copies of Tidal, 2 copies of Tempest, and 2 copies of Redox. So all of these Dragon Rulers, we want to have 2 of them just so that we can have their names, and that's important in case we want to go into Disaster. But they're all pretty solid in their own right. Some are better than others, just because like Blaster here, you can discard this card and 1 fire monster into the graveyard to target 1 card on the field and destroy that target. So you can do something like that if you need to, but obviously that's not ideal to be using 2 resources like that to be popping something. So sometimes you don't always have to use their effect. And then we have something like Tempest as well, where you can discard this card and 1 wind monster to the graveyard and add 1 dragon monster from your deck to your hand. So again, there's like variability in their effectiveness of their effects, but they're all pretty good enough in order to run 2 copies and to have the names. And besides that, we also run 1 copy of each of the babies here. So I do run 1 copy of Reactant, Burner, Lightning, and Stream. So I want to have 1 copy here in order to get a specific Dragon Ruler, and also it's a good target as well. And so besides that, we do run 3 copies of the new Spectre Dragon Ruler of Rays. This card you definitely need 3 of, just because it's an insane card. If you've seen the combos, you can see how integral it's been to that. You can discard this card and 1 light or dragon monster and add 2 dragon ruler monsters from your deck to your hand, except for this card. And then you can banish this card and 1 light or dragon monster from your graveyard, then target 1 chest madness dragon ruler rewards in your graveyard and special summon it out. But of course, the main thing about this, at least for right now, is that you're able to search out 2 dragon ruler monsters using this card. So we want 3 copies of that. Nebulous is solid, but he does require a little bit of setup, as your opponent, as you have to have 2 of your banished dragon ruler monsters with different attributes. But then from there, you can be able to special them out, so you can get some value out of that. It just isn't instantly valuable as Spectre. And then we run 1 copy of Armed Dragon Thunder level 7, level 5, and level 3. And so these are great discard targets. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you're going to be able to either draw a card, search out another Thunder Dragon, just filling out your hand just for the using your Thunder Dragons, which is pretty good. And then we run 1 copy of Morphage Sloth. And so this is going to be part of the lock. You saw that I used a different Morphage monster during the combos video. I decided that Sloth is a little bit better here, just because if you need to, you can tribute this out for one tribute summon, and the other Morphage monster requires you to tribute 2 monsters. So if you're ever forced into that position, then it's going to be a lot more costly to be able to get it out. Besides that, we do run the Tenpai Dragon little engine here with Dora Dora, 3 copies of Dora Dora. There's a pretty good 1-card combo that uses this card, and this card is just integral for just setting up your rank 7s. And then from there, we also have Tenpai Dragon Genroku, which you've seen in the combos, how important it is to search it out and get instant value out of it. And same thing with Pydra and Chandra. These are just going to enable you to actually use the Tenpai Dragon engine and be able to attack and bring out more of your synchro monsters, and from there exceed into your other level 7s. Then for the hand traps, we run 3 copies of Wallows and 3 copies of Ash Blossom. These are just the hand traps of choice. You can play around with that if you'd like. Then we have 1 copy of Triple Tactic Talents, pretty standard here. Drago Calamity is the new spell card that we have. You can special summon 1 dragon ruler monster from your hand, graveyard, or banishment. Then immediately after this effect resolves, you can exceed summon 1 dragon ruler monster using only dragon ruler monster you control as material. And then during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target any number of your banished dragon ruler monsters with different attributes and return to the graveyard. So pretty good value they can get out of this card. 3 copies of Droplet in case you're going second. You have some way to react to it. 1 copy of Sang and Kaiman. This card is great because you're instantly able to search something out and then be able to get it out onto the board as well. Then we have 1 copy of Sang and Summoning. During your main phase 1, fire dragon monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. And then during your main phase, you can add 1 Tenpai Dragon monster from your deck to your hand and then discard a card. So it's okay if you discard the card because you can just use it for its banishing effect. Dragon Ravine here is great because it does let us pitch dragon monsters from the deck to your graveyard. And again, for our dragon rulers, we want to do that so that we could use their graveyard banishment effects. Before I continue the video, I just wanted to let you guys know that I have a Patreon where you can help support the channel while also influencing the content I create. The link will be in the description, so make sure to check it out. Alright, and then going to the extra deck, we have Sangenpai Biden Dragion. So if you guys seen in the combos, this is an integral piece that we go into a lot, just because it's a level 7 synchro monster that is pretty easy to get out and makes a great exceed target. And then we have our Black Rose Dragon here as well. If we need to, we can synchro summon into this, wipe the board, but besides that, it's a level 7 fire dragon monster, and you know, obviously there's a lot of benefits that come with that when you're running Tenpai Dragon. Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, it's a bunch of Exceed monsters, 2 copies of Chasmatis Dragon Ruler of Aurora. This is arguably the best Exceed monster that's come out of this, because you can send 1 level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from your deck to your graveyard and detach 1 material from this card. This effect becomes that sent monster's effect that activates by discarding itself. So you can use this card in order to use the effect of other Dragon Ruler monsters, and then if this card is destroyed by battle or in its possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 level 7 Dragon Ruler monster from your graveyard or banishment. So it's able to kind of refill itself. But of course, the main thing with this is that during its first effect, you can use this to use the effect of one of your Dragon Rulers. Specifically, we can use the effect of Redox here in order to special summon a monster from the graveyard. And that's how you get out your Morphage Sloth. And then from there, just lock your opponent out of their extra deck. It's pretty annoying, but it's a very powerful setup. Then we have Eclipses here. If this card is Exceed Summon, you can target 1 level 4 lore Dragon Ruler monster in your graveyard or banishment, and special summon 1 level 7 / rank 7 Dragon Ruler monster mentioned on it from your deck or banishment, then shuffle that target into the deck, and it's also a Spell Trap Negate that also banishes. Then we have 1 copy of Disaster here. This is the boss monster that if you're able to get it out, it's going to be very difficult for your opponent to deal with, just because when it's Exceed Summon, you can target up to 4 level 7 Dragon Ruler monsters in your graveyard and or banishment and attach them to discarded material. Then you banish all monsters your opponent controls and in their graveyard with the same attribute as the monsters attached to this card. So obviously you're running Dragon Rulers, so the implication is that you're going to get all attributes onto this card and basically banish everything. And then after that, this card it gains a 4600 attack and defense boost, and it becomes a tower, so it's very disruptive and annoying to get rid of. And so to kind of ensure that you're able to get this effect out, you have things that can bait out potential imperms. So we have Dark Arm, the Dragon of Annihilation here. You can use this as a potential effect in order to detach 1 material from this card, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it, and you can also banish a card from your graveyard, and then from there you can activate their graveyard banishment effects. You also have Big Eye, so you can steal something if you need to, and kind of force a response if you are concerned that they might have something that can stop you from going into disaster. And then we also have the Darkest Dragon Doom Rider. So once returned, you can detach 2 materials from this card and target 1 face-up card in the field, destroy it, and if you destroy that monster, you can make 1 face-up monster you control gain attack equal to the attack. So yeah, that's fine. But this becomes a quick effect if you have a dragon monster equipped. So obviously you're gonna have that. So being able to pop a card is great. Again, forcing a response. SP Little Knight is SP Little Knight. Dragoonity Knight. This is our way of searching out our Dragon Ravine. And so from there we can pitch whatever we need to. And usually it's going to be something like Sloth or one of our Dragon Rulers that we can use its effect later on. Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres is great. You can bounce things with it. It's annoying. Striker Dragon here is a great Link 1 dragon that we can go into if we need to. That also just kind of helps us fill out our grave a bit. But yeah, this is my deck profile. If you guys haven't watched the combos, it's going to be on the top right corner. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you want to see a different build or see more combos for this deck. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.